Let's get this show on the road, bros. It is time for Big Tuesday. We have our usual host as usual, and today you can see the posters in the back. It is that time. It is that day. It is that week. They're revealing basically everything for Shiranui. We're gonna find out almost everything. The rideline, the crest, the first stride. They're probably gonna keep the second stride for next week, probably. The CEO, the new CEO of Twitch said that we're allowed to co-stream now to any platform, starting from last Friday. So I'm trying out. I mean, it's a good, for me, it's a good way to store my VODs, basically. Because my Twitch chat is on screen, my YouTube channel will be saved in the VOD too, so it's a nice way. Alright, so they had the Deluxe Fukuoka. Deluxe Fukuoka happened last weekend. Alright, so this is the deck usage distribution pie chart. So how many of each deck was brought? 14% Youth, 13% Rejeweled, 10% Leonorn. It's the anime bros. 9% Shuttermoto, 9% Mygo, 4% Labrador, 4% Orphist, 4% Bastion Accord, 4% Jiva, 3% Minerva, and 18% everything else. That's actually a lot less everything else than usual. Alright, so there's a Lyrical Cup 2 happening around November and December. Alright, these are gonna go for pretty penny. You guys know that the Letitia one goes for like 400 bucks. The Letitia starter. Alright, so these are the FRs of all the lyrical ride lines. You can have Powerful, Friends, Shiana, Fennel. These two are Prism. These two are... Sorry, this is Prism. This whole thing I think is Prism. This whole thing is... Isn't this mixed up? Isn't this the Prism grade 0? Or is it this one? Maybe it's... But this is Pacifica. And then this is all Shuttermoto. This one is probably going to be super expensive. I expect this one to be super expensive. I expect that one to be the most expensive one, actually. Because these you want like 4 for the decks as well. The grade 1 and the grade 2. Oh, Bushiroad Online Store news. Alright, a reminder. You have until next week, end of next week Tuesday, to buy 5,000 yen or more of Vanguard merch, excluding supplies. And with your purchase of 5,000 yen or more, you get a beautiful promo Effect PG, which can be used in any nation, in any deck. And these are the Effect PGs, so they are the good ones. I have already ordered 2 batches. I ordered like 5,000 yen twice, just so I can get 2, and I'm thinking of doing it a 3rd time, just so I can have like a set of them for decks that don't need, for decks that use Elementary Sanctitude. So yeah, so this Thursday is the 2-year anniversary of the Thursday stream, so they're gonna have a 2-hour and 40-minute special. So at 9 PM JST is going to be the reveals for Luard, and they're going to show a total of 10 cards, including one of the strides. So I think the second stride of each will be shown on next week Tuesday. So both the Luard and the Shiranui actual strides. So I have a work dinner at 7 PM on this day. So I'll try my best to be home by 9 PM so we can watch the Luard reveal together. Alright, so the Vanguard Challenge Live, this was like a big project they teased with some really famous YouTubers in Japan, which was supposed to come out at the beginning of September, and they've been getting flamed on Twitter about this being potentially cancelled, or the editing team being really bad, and the PR team being bad for this getting delayed, because they didn't give us any dates. But now finally they give us dates. This will be airing as a 2-parter. Part 1 will be at 8 PM this Saturday. Part 2 will be on Sunday at 8 PM. I will try to restream them if I can. What am I think I've got some stuff going on this weekend though, so I'll try. Alright, card information. What is this for? Basically a bunch of famous Pokemon and Duel Masters YouTubers got invited to play Vanguard for an event, and they recorded it a couple months ago. And it's gonna be turned into a big thing. It's gonna be a show. It's a TV show. Oh, the PG! It's a stealth PG! At long last, Bozo Doji! Bozo Doji doesn't have to play the bad PG anymore! Shoujo Doji support, bros! We did it! The biggest Bozo Doji support we've ever had. Searchable effect PG. Let's go. Snake support, Bozo Doji support. Thank you. Alright, let's get the ride line going, bros. Oh, there is Madoi. This is the first time we see the arts, right? Isn't it? Did they show them before? No, they did show them before, I think. He looks drunk. He does look a little tired. Alright, there is Seizui. He looks... he looks like a generic common. I'm sorry. He looks like a generic common. So, of course, he says, when ridden over Madoi, you draw one and gain a Shiranui Oboro crest. Crest! Okay, this is where we get crazy. Here we go. It says, you can stride, but you cannot ride non-Shiranui grade 3s. Interesting. And then, your Shiranui original name, your original Shiranui grade 3s have the original power set to 13k, of course. During this turn, if you have a Shiranui grade 3 or greater Vanguard, for every face-up card in your G-Zone, your front row units get plus 5k power. 支配されているユニットは上がらない. In brackets, it says, your dominated unit's power does not increase by this effect. And then the final effect, during your turn, あなたに支配されているユニットとこのターンにあなたのカードの能力で登場した相手のユニットは永続能力と能力すべては失いプラス5000 So it says during your turn your dominated units and your units that have been placed by abilities lose all of their continuous and auto abilities and gain plus 5k power. So basically, dominant units do not get power, and dominated units do not activate their continuous or auto effects, but they do gain plus 5k from the fourth effect. This crest sucks. They zeroed it. They gave it the zero treatment. They decided that dominate would be too much. But also what's good is that this means no dominate rulings. Oh no, sorry, it's your dominated units and your opponent's units placed by your card abilities. So it's anything you dominate and anything you force your opponent to call has no continuous, no auto, but gains plus 5k. Vanguard 0, bros. They nerfed it. I think it's still fine though. The plus 5k will matter enough. Let's see. Okay. Grade 2 Genkai. Genkai Nantenai. Alright. When ridden over by a Shiranui grade 3. Okay. It has an actual effect on grade 2. Or rather on grade 3. You may call this card to rear. If you did, soul charge 1. Choose a unit card from up to 1 unit card from your opponent's drop. And your opponent calls that card to a rear guard circle. And then the second effect is, when your dominated unit attacks, Counterblast 1, for that battle, that attacking unit gets plus 10k, but, and for that turn, this unit gains boost. So, he calls himself out from the ride line, soul charges 1, and then makes your party call something from drop back, and then when you dominate something, you CB1, give that dominated thing plus 10k, and then he gains boost. So you can chill in the back row too. That's quite good. Is the opponent call mandatory? No, it's choose up to 1. So you don't have to call anything. And I'm assuming that there will be an effect that retires them. Please give this deck non-generation break dominate. We haven't gotten there yet, but this second effect is not on dominate. Makes up for the crest. Yeah, it's quite good. Crest Harvest, so good. The art is insane. It's pretty good. I'm not too crazy about it. Is up-to-date still activate when called from drop? It's an auto ability, so no, the crest does not allow it to activate. Does Cyclone give plus 5k to dominated units under crest, or do the abilities just not activate? The abilities just don't activate, they're not vanillas. Oh no, sorry, they lose. Sorry, it's Ushinai. It's Ushinai, so it's lose. They lose auto and continuous. So I guess you can make them become vanilla, but if they have an act ability, then they're not vanilla, right? Because they don't lose the act abilities. That plus 10k makes a difference? Yes. Shiranui! Of course, we already know this effect. So this is the one that, beginning of your ride phase, chooses up to 1 card from your opponent's drop, and your opponent calls that card to rearguard circle, and at the end of the turn, that unit is retired. And then dominate. When you stride over him, choose an opponent's rearguard, stand it, dominate it, and give it plus 4k for the turn. And you choose one of your opponent's other units and attack it. The plus 4k, bros. The plus 4k. Of course, you are still able to use your original Shiranuis with this. If you have a World Championship Shiranui, then you get to use it too. So that's why they had to keep the 4k. What a G number. What a G number. What year is this, bro? Go back to 2017, bozo. What is Dominate? Dominate is a mechanic that allows you to take control of your opponent's units. So you choose your opponent's rearguard, you choose your opponent's unit, and you force that unit to attack one of your opponent's other units. So you can force your opponent's rearguards to attack into their Vanguard. Sorry, I should have probably explained that earlier as we started this stream, but yes, that's what happened. So I need to stride? Yes, you can only activate the second skill if you stride over him. But this is a stride deck. Is it immediately after? What do you mean choose one of your opponent's rearguards and attack it? Yeah, so you stride over him and you immediately activate the effect to choose an opponent's rearguard and it will attack into one of their other units. It is the exact same as before. It is the exact same card as the original. That sounds crazy. It was pretty okay when it released the first time. But yeah, do keep in mind that your opponent's continuous and auto abilities don't activate. So if you dominate one of your opponent's rearguards that has an on-attack ability, it will not activate due to the crest. Can you attack the back row? Yes, you can. You can attack the back row. You can attack your opponent's Vanguard with a dominated rearguard too. So therefore you can poke them nice and hard. Okay, there we go. There's your explanation. There's explanation. So this is you. This is your opponent. I stride and I go, I target your Bali. Your Bali is dominated. What happens? The Bali stands and it swings at your Chrono Jet. Oh my god! Holy! That's crazy! Chrono Jet, look out! Look out, Chrono Jet! It's swinging! They specifically show Chrono. They know it's Kino. It's Kino, bros. They know what the sauce is. Your units betray you! Mr. President! Get down! Resist gets around this, right? But in the case of resist, we're gonna have another stride that lets you swing into your rears, I guess, right? Untargeting. Swing at all rear guards. Board wipe. Best harvest, draw 5. Alright, here's Bagun Tenbu, speaking of the devil. He looks sick. He's drawn by Daisuke Izuka once again. Looks very cool. Looks cooler than the original, I would say. So, he says, stride step. In order to stride into him, you have to discard cards from your hand equaling to grade 3 or greater in order to stride him from face down in your G-zone to face up on your Vanguard circle. He is a Nubatama Dragon Empire stride, and he says, act, dominate, once per turn. Counterblast 1 and flip 8 card in your G zone face up, choose an opponent's rear guard, stand it, and dominate it. Your opponents, you choose one of your opponent's other units, attack it, and at the end of that battle, the dominated unit gets retired. Isn't this the exact same effect? Wait, he doesn't even have the power? Wait, people were like, oh, they'll change the plus 3k to plus 5k, but they change it to plus 0k. Lumpao, bros. I guess it must be because the crest gives plus 5k? The original was G Persona? Oh, you're right, yeah. I guess it's because the crest gives 5k. It's because the crest. Yeah, the crest gives 5k, so you don't need the power. Oh, but this is the first of the this is the first of the first strides to not give power that scales with the G zone. Right? Because Fate Rider gave a power, Harmonix, or no, Alton. What's the first stride Messiah? I always mix up the Messiah names. I just know Exilix is the second one. Amnesty. Amnesty also gave extra power too. Is Dex gonna be Dookie? I don't know. I mean, we're still missing a lot of cards, right? We're missing all the rears. We haven't seen the GG of the deck. At which point did we feel that Jet was gonna be good? How much did they show of Jet until we realized it was gonna be a good deck? Was it next stage? Was it next stage that we realized it was gonna be good? Fate Rider was not the first card we saw. I mean, the crest gives power to your front row, and the fourth crest effect gives power 5k to dominated units. Only 5 though, it doesn't scale. Shiranui has Esperal Idea, so they're fine. Yeah. Don't forget, we have Esperal Idea, bro. We have Esperal Idea in this deck. We have Esperal Idea, don't forget. Oh, okay. So he's saying the dominate effect is an act. So that means in the main phase, you'll have the plus 5k from the crest from having a face-up G-zone. Unlike Fate Rider and Amnesty, who only give the plus 5k on attack. So the plus 5k stays for all of the attacks. So that means that Esperal Idea will also have the 5k on both attacks instead of just one. That's actually, yeah, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Oh, Q&A, okay. Alright, so when a dominated unit attacks, can you guard that attack? Yes, you can. When does the dominated state end? The dominated state ends at the very end of battle. So it becomes no longer dominated at the end of the battle that it attacked. Can a dominated state unit intercept? No, it cannot. Until it is freed from the dominated state, it is not able to intercept. If I dominate an opponent's back row rear guard, can that back row rear guard also attack? Yes, it can. You're free from dominate. No. Mods! Crush his skull! Bro, Shiranui is just the angry Twitch streamer. That he goes, mods, crush his skull, and he just freaking kills the dominated units. Shiranui is just LTG, bro. I don't actually know LTG quotes. You guys are all saying stuff that I've never heard before. Oh, we have a trailer for the Stride Decksets. Okay, let's listen to voices. Let's listen. Let's listen. Let's hear Lord. Let's hear Kazuma, bro. Come on.
Cardfight, Vanguard, 支配も運命も超えていけ。食らいついてやるよ。ストライドジェネレーション。ストライドデッキセット、知らぬ、ルアード、ブシロード。
よー、バトリ称号。
ということで今回のナレーションカズマ役を演じられていたバトリショウゴさんです。
ああ、演じられていた。She put it in past tense. She said it was Batori Shogo who used to voice Kazuma. Why would you say past tense? Alright, so next week we're gonna get the Shiranui Stride, we're gonna get Ninryu Shiranui, the other grade 3 Shiranui, Katari Gitsune, and 2 other stealth dragons. Huh, they are really dragging this out. We are getting the original grade 3 Shiranui. Which card was Katari Gitsune? And 2 other stealths, maybe like Furai, Genkai. This was exactly what I was hoping for. They actually do mess up the Stride deck. I don't know, what's your impression of Shiranui? I feel like it's good. I feel like if it was as good as it was in G, we'd have a problem. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be quite good. I think it'll be quite good even with what we've seen now, and we're only gonna see more. So don't forget, Espral Ideas in there, bro. We got the whole Dragon Empire card pool. It was pretty eventful, pretty interesting, and we shall see what Luard does on Thursday. I'll do my best to restream that as well. I'm very curious about the Luard stuff. That's the Stride deck set I'm personally hyped about. So I'm hyped. I'm very hyped.